Former USAID lead for disaster relief Jeremy Konadek tweeted, "Bombing a tent camp full of displaced people is a clear-cut, full-on war crime. Even if Hamas's troops were present, that does not absolve the IDF of the obligation to protect civilians. It does not turn a tent camp into a free fire zone." As anti-war protests broke out in Paris, even Israel ally Emmanuel Macron spoke out, tweeting, "Outraged by the Israeli strikes that have killed many displaced persons in Rafah. These operations must stop. There are no safe areas in Rafah for Palestinian civilians. I call for full respect for international law and an immediate ceasefire." The loudest and clearest anti-war voice among American elected officials has been Rashida Tlaib, the only Palestinian American in Congress and one of 2 Muslim American Congress members censured by her colleagues early in the conflict for objecting to the violent murder and dispossession of Gazans in the name of Jewish self-determination. Let's take a listen to a little of what she had to say.
It is disgraceful that the Biden administration and my colleagues in Congress continue to smear them for protesting to save lives, no matter faith or ethnicity. It is cowardly.
Pause. So let me tell
But we're not gonna
pause. So let me tell you all something. On the colleges and so forth, these last couple of weeks, right? You had a lot of college students, you had a lot of people that was protesting against genocide, you know. But what ended up happening with that protest, the Congress start passing laws, all type of crazy stuff. But the people that was protesting, they was protesting against genocide, for the war to stop. Then you had anti-protesters, like a lot of Israelis come firing fireworks and fighting with them and so on. I'm like, yo, doesn't nobody see this? Okay, you protesting, you got students protesting and they're saying, Israel, stop the war, stop killing the people over there. And they what you call it? And Joe Biden and the officials and them and the Senate, they watch at that as an evil thing. You know, they watch at that, why, how dare they? You know, they say no, that they say because for years they control the narrative, okay, they control the propaganda machine and so forth. But the truth is coming out of what's really going on in the land of Israel. The Israeli government cannot hide the evil monstrosities that they've been doing for years. It's all coming out. So the people is in uproar and the people is saying, listen, humans don't think like this. Humans don't do stuff like this. Stop the war. You killing little kids, babies. Stop it. You understand? Don't you have a humanity? But the thing about it is that they don't have a humanity. They're the synagogues of Satan. You know what I mean? They've been rolling on the dung low for a minute. You know, Israel have the choice to defend itself. You anti-Semitic and you hurtful. You say hurtful things to us. Now anti-Semitic basically mean that you anytime you speak anything or criticize the Jewish people, the Israelis, for what they do, and you anti-Semitic. You know, it's not a plain definition for anti-Semitic no more. Okay? They choose what it means. Tell a Jewish person, man, he did you something wrong, and you could tell him, yo, what you did to me was wrong, and they're going to be like, that's anti-Semitic. And they always bring up Hitler and this and that to play the sympathy card. Okay, the days of them things is done, man. The world is seeing the evil that these people is doing. The world is seeing that, yo, these people is the synagogues of Satan. Okay? According to prophecy, the land's supposed to be divided, but they want the whole land for themselves. Okay, and I'm going to show you all some things. Now, keep playing.
And my colleagues in Congress continue to smear them for protesting to save lives, no matter faith or ethnicity. It is cowardly. But we're not going to forget in November, are we? President Biden, I hope you hear us loud and clear. Attacking the authority of the International Criminal Court and interfering in the legal process is nothing more than an attempt to prevent the genocidal maniac Netanyahu and his senior Israeli officials from being held accountable for those crimes against humanity. You are an enabler, President Biden.
So
very pointed, very harsh, very specific criticisms of Joe Biden. So where is Joe Biden in all of this? We all remember Biden's interview with Jonathan Capehart back in March, in which he first floated the notion of a red line. Biden sort of said then that the invasion of Rafah would be a red line for him, but as soon as he drew that proverbial line in the sand, he erased it. The boundary proved to be as ephemeral, as unstable as the $320 million Gaza pier, which fittingly, over the weekend, washed away in heavy seas. Let's remind ourselves of what Biden had to say back in March.
What is your red line with Prime Minister Netanyahu? Do you have a red line? For instance, would invasion of Rafah, which you have urged him not to do, would that be a red line?
It is a red line, but I'm never going to leave Israel. The defense of Israel is still critical. So there's no red line. I'm going to cut off all weapons so they don't have the Iron Dome to protect them. They don't have. But there's red lines that if it crosses, and you cannot have 30,000 more Palestinians dead.
Now, the media framed not another 30,000 Palestinians dead as a meaningful red line, as though another 20,000, 5,000, or 500 dead might justify Israel's amorphous goals. Defeating Hamas, self-defense. The establishment media mostly ignored that Biden went on to say, quote, "There is no red line. I'm never going to leave Israel."
Now, we can take that down. Now, what I want you all to understand, and I want you all to see, is that when it comes to Israel and America is one. Okay, I want you all to understand that. And when you go into prophecy, Israel and America will be destroyed.
Right.
Okay, the World War III is going to start because of Israel and America interference in the Middle East. Okay, in what you call the Middle East. That's what's going to start World War III. Okay, Israel and America is one. That's why Joe Biden said we will always support Israel. Let me show you all what's happening in Congress right now. I want you to play 6 for me.
AIPAC and their racist Republican billionaire donors have spent more money in our race against me than they have ever spent in U.S. history. Why? Because we are fighting for peace, justice, equality, and humanity for all people.
Pause. So this is a senator, right? So AIPAC is funding, AIPAC is spending millions with his opponent to try to get him out of that Senate seat, okay? To make sure that he don't win the election. I want you all to understand and see what's going on. AIPAC, yo, you gonna see. Anyways, keep playing. Okay, as I said, America and Israel is one. Why? Because AIPAC and these organizations, what do you call them? What AIPAC? That AIPAC funds. What do you call them again? No, the people that fund them politicians that give them money and stuff like that. I forgot, there's a term they are called. Oh yeah, AIPAC is a lobbyist, and what AIPAC does is these politicians that are running for seats in government, AIPAC fund fund them. You understand? Give them money and so forth and help them to run. But behind that money is strings. They got to make sure they support Israel. They got to make sure they don't speak against Israel. So the whole Senate and the whole U.S. government is controlled by AIPAC. No matter who they are controlled by AIPAC. And if any politician try to speak up against AIPAC, AIPAC will destroy them. Like what your brother right here. AIPAC is working hard to get him out, make sure he's not re-elected. Because this brother say he's about equal rights, equality. He's about peace. He wanted to be peace with Palestine and the Israeli. AIPAC said, we don't want no peace. We want the land. What the hell is he talking about? Let that dumb nigga just shut up. You know what I mean? You know, matter of fact, we gonna make sure you don't get back in office. Okay? I'll keep playing.
Because we are fighting for peace, justice, equality, and humanity for all people. And they are simply focused on making...
See, a lot of you Negroes is naive. All think like we have conscience. Black people have conscience and we care about people. You know what I mean? We have morals. We are very loving people. But the thing about it, we love these people. They have no morals. They have no moral compass. They don't care if they kill babies, whatever. They don't care. It don't hurt them. They sleep good at night. So this brother right here, he see what's going on and he's saying that's wrong. Okay? He trying to, you think you could talk to their conscience and so forth. These people ain't got no conscience. What happened to the North American Indians over here? You know, what happened to them? You understand? These people got no conscience, man. You understand? So this brother, you know, he think he could make a change or something like that. But nah, these people have no conscience. Right. Okay? The stuff that they doing to the Palestinians, it doesn't bother them. Okay? The whole world is in an uproar, but guess what? God created them like that. That's why the scripture call them what? The synagogues of Satan. Now keep playing.
AIPAC has been pouring money into the congressional race to ensure that progressive lawmaker Jamal Bowman doesn't get reelected. Unfortunately, AIPAC and the Israel lobby isn't Bowman's only problem. Progressive ex-representative Mondaire Jones just backed Latimer, who is George Latimer, of course, the political opponent who's running against Jamal Bowman, and claims it's due to Bowman's support for a ceasefire in the Middle East.
Wow, a ceasefire? I didn't know he was that brutal. Oh, Mondaire Jones, it's a good thing you just stabbed him in the back while you pretended to be a progressive, you effing liar. Sell out, go sell out a little bit more, see how you like it. Maybe collect, you know what it is? It's not about collecting AIPAC checks in his race. It's that AIPAC would spend millions against them unless he bowed at their feet. And so he did, Mondaire Jones. Great job being a servant.
So Jones and Bowman both sat on the Congressional Black Caucus and Congressional Progressive Caucus when Jones served in Congress. Now here's how Jones defended his decision to backstab Jamal Bowman, and he did so in the interview with New York Times, saying that, well, Jones stated that his former ally had sown pain and anxiety among Jewish New Yorkers and had torn at the fabric of our community and our civil rights coalition.
Pause. So you see
is there a civil rights coalition?
So you see that? So this dude, his own brother going against him, and he's saying, oh, you sow discord in the Jewish, why? Because by saying to stop the war? By saying what the Israelis doing is wrong, genociding those Palestinians?
Flying high, you be pissing the crowd. Flying high, you be pissing the crowd.